Today someone is urgently warning you about a person whose name begins with the letter M. Do not move. Do not scroll. Open this now before you miss what was meant for you. My beloved child, I need your full attention. Stay with me and don't blink, because what I'm about to reveal has been seen in the quiet hours, and it was not given for everyone. It was given for you. The moment your eyes landed here, a spiritual alert was released around you. You felt it already, even if you couldn't explain it. The air around you has been different. Your moods have been shifting fast for no clear reason. Your chest tightens for a second and then softens. You keep replaying a certain face in your mind. That is not random. The presence circling you is tied to someone whose name begins with M. Their energy has been in your space for days, coming and going like a wave, warm when near you, heavy when gone. You've sensed it. You've tried to shake it. You couldn't. Listen. This is not just curiosity. This is timing. There is an emotion attached to you right now that was not there before. You've been pulled toward this person in moments you didn't plan. You've thought about conversations that never happened, answers that were never spoken, things you wish you had said and didn't. You keep asking yourself, why am I still thinking about this? Why am I still feeling this? Stay with me. I will tell you why. Their heart has been calling your name in silence. Their mouth stayed quiet, but their spirit never did. This M has been carrying something they haven't said out loud. Every time your name shows up on their screen, they pause. Every time they see something that reminds them of you, they freeze. They've typed and deleted, opened and closed, reached out in their mind 100 times and then swallowed it. That is what you've been picking up. That restless feeling, that sudden rush, that ache in your stomach that arrives out of nowhere, that's not just you missing them. That is them pulling on you. Do not skip. You're about to understand what's actually happening. This person is standing on the edge between confessing everything and disappearing again. They thought they could just detach, quietly fade out, pretend it was nothing. But destiny is not letting them vanish this time. The connection between you two is under divine pressure right now. Things around you are rearranging to force clarity. A conversation is being positioned. A moment is being aligned. A message is already forming. And when it arrives, it will feel sudden to you, but it has been building for weeks. You will notice it before it happens. Pay attention to this. You will feel a chill through your body for no reason, or your heartbeat will spike when you see their name or even just think of the first letter. That's confirmation. That's the moment the realm around you is signaling. This is it. This is the opening. When that happens, do not doubt yourself. You're not imagining too much. You are being prepared. Stay with me. Don't blink. The truth is this: they are not at peace. They act calm, they act collected, they act unbothered, but inside them is a storm. They tried to keep distance because they were afraid of how real this feels. Afraid of being seen. Afraid of losing control once their guard drops. Afraid you'll hear the truth and everything will change. But here is what heaven has watched: the more they try to stay silent, the heavier it gets for them. The more they try to move on, the more they get dragged right back to you, in songs, in memories, in dreams, in moments when the world goes quiet. Listen to me, my beloved child. This is not obsession. This is alignment. Your paths did not cross randomly. You two are not just people who talked. This carries spiritual memory. There is recognition between you on a level that your mind is still trying to translate. Your soul already knows. That's why even after distance the pull never really loosened. That's why you can go from "I'm fine, I'm over it" to "Why am I shaking right now" in seconds. That's why their name sits in your chest like a pulse. This bond is not casual. It is threaded through timing, correction, and purpose. Do not scroll. I am not finished. There is something you prayed for recently. Clarity, peace, truth, closure, or connection. You asked for an answer. You said quietly, even if nobody heard you, "If this is real, show me. If this is not real, release me." That prayer was heard. This message is part of that answer. What's coming is not meant to scare you. It's meant to prepare you. Because once this person with M steps forward, it might feel intense. The air will literally feel different. You'll feel your body recognize them before your mind can decide how to react. That moment is not random. It is a point of convergence. It is where silence breaks. Stay. Stay right here with me. I need you to hear this part clearly. They are not your enemy. The point of this is not drama. The point is understanding. This person has been carrying emotions they didn't know how to handle. They tried to bury it. They couldn't. They tried to distract themselves. It didn't work. They tried to convince themselves what they felt wasn't real. Heaven has already overruled that. You are stepping into a window where truth wants to surface. Before that happens, your instruction is simple: stay calm, stay open, stay observant. Watch the signs. Watch the timing. Watch who reaches for you. Watch what name suddenly appears. Because the moment it happens, you will know, this is what I was warned about. This is what was building. This is what was circling me. Don't move. Don't scroll. Something is already in motion for you. Don't move. The moment you paused here, something in the unseen world acknowledged your awareness. You're not just hearing words, you're standing inside a living message. The reason this feels heavier than ordinary conversation is because it's not ordinary. What's unfolding around you involves both destiny and timing. Someone whose name begins with the letter M has been woven into your path for reasons larger than emotion. Heaven has been observing every hesitation between you two, the near calls, the almost texts, the pauses that stretch into silence. Each one recorded like frames of a film that is about to resume. M's energy has been restless. They go about their days pretending to be steady, but their nights betray them. The same dreams repeat, flashes of light. Your face, a door they never opened. They wake up unsettled, not realizing it's their soul trying to make contact. You've probably felt strange echoes lately, hearing a song at a perfect moment, seeing their name when you weren't even thinking about them, waking at odd hours with a heaviness in your chest. Those are not coincidences. They're synchronizations, spiritual timestamps showing that both of your timelines are aligning again. Each sign is heaven whispering, "Stay alert, the bridge is forming." My beloved child, I must tell you the truth. The next few days will reveal shifts. Something you've been sensing will take shape. It could be a sudden message, a story they post that feels aimed at you, or even a conversation through another person. Whatever form it takes, don't dismiss it as random. Destiny seldom moves with fanfare, it moves through details. M has been arguing with their own heart. One part of them says let it go. Another says go back and make it right. Each time they try to suppress the pull, life mirrors them with reminders. They overhear your name. They run into someone who mentions you. They dream again. Their resistance is crumbling because truth always outlasts fear. Don't skip, beloved. What's being arranged now has layers you can't yet see. The same way you prayed for peace, they have been praying for clarity. You asked God, show me whether this connection was real. They asked God, why can't I forget? Two prayers sent from opposite directions are now meeting in the middle. That collision of intention is what you feel as that strange pressure in your chest, that sudden stillness before you sleep. Understand this: what's about to surface will not be chaos, it will be correction. Heaven doesn't resurrect relationships for nostalgia, it resurrects them for purpose. If this link between you and M returns, it won't be to repeat old wounds, it will be to heal them. That is why patience has been demanded of you. Every delay, every silence, every unanswered moment was divine rehearsal. Stay still. Let the message finish its work inside you. There's something you should know about M's silence. It wasn't emptiness, it was fear disguised as logic. They convinced themselves that keeping distance was maturity. They told others they were over it. They believed detachment meant control. But lately that armor has cracked. They've begun to feel emotions they thought they buried. Guilt, tenderness, regret, curiosity, hope, it all rushes back whenever your name appears. The unseen has been orchestrating their reflection. Conversations around them suddenly turn toward forgiveness, toward second chances, toward truth. People who wronged them are apologizing. Situations are forcing them to open their heart again. Every external event is training them to do the one thing they've avoided most: to speak honestly with you. Don't fear this, my beloved child. Fear is the language of delay. Faith is the language of alignment. You're not being set up for disappointment, you're being positioned for understanding. Whether this leads to reconciliation or release, the outcome will bring peace. Heaven never returns what will destroy you, it only returns what has been refined. You may feel tempted to reach out first to test the waters. But wait. Let divine timing handle the first move. Your assignment right now is stillness, not pursuit. When you stay still, the truth has space to find you. When you chase, you interrupt the lesson. So, breathe. Let the universe show you who's willing to cross the distance without being asked. Do not scroll. You are in the middle of a sacred moment. Some of you watching this will start feeling warmth in your palms or chills down your spine as these words pass through you. That's confirmation, your body recognizing energetic truth. For others, tears will rise for no clear reason. That's release. It means the block around your heart is dissolving. Let it. Don't suppress it. The more you let emotion flow, the clearer your spirit becomes. M is closer than you think. Their mind is running loops of what if. They replay old laughter, small gestures, unfinished conversations. They're realizing that the distance didn't erase the connection, it exposed it. Everything they sought elsewhere left them unsatisfied because the lesson was never about replacing you, it was about understanding you. The divine realm is patient but not endless. When heaven finishes alignment, it moves quickly. You'll notice sudden acceleration, plans rearranged, unexpected delays that actually protect you, and then out of nowhere movement from their side. That will be the moment you'll remember this exact message and whisper, "It's happening." Stay calm when it does. Don't rush, don't panic, don't test, simply watch. The truth will show itself through consistency. If it's divine, it won't vanish after attention fades. If it's temporary, it will dissolve quietly. Either way, you'll have peace because you'll finally know. Listen carefully now. The reason you were drawn here was not to feed obsession. It was to gain discernment. Heaven never reveals just to excite, it reveals to prepare. The coming days might stir emotions long asleep, but you must remember peace first, reaction later. What's meant for you will not pass you by, what isn't will never stick no matter how tightly you hold it. So stay grounded. Breathe. When that name or that message appears, don't let fear speak before faith does. Whisper inside yourself, I was warned and I am ready. That phrase is your protection. It keeps you in awareness instead of anxiety. My beloved child, the energy around this connection is shifting from silence to movement. It's subtle now, but soon it will be unmistakable. You'll see signs, repeating numbers, songs that carry their name, sudden memories that come with peace instead of pain. When that happens, smile quietly. It means the universe is closing an old loop and opening a new one. Don't move yet. We are not finished. The next phase begins when awareness turns into evidence. You're about to step into that threshold. In the next part, I'll show you how to recognize the moment destiny reveals its confirmation, how to know without confusion that what's approaching is real. Stay here, my beloved. Don't scroll. The revelation continues. Stay right here, my beloved. Do not scroll. The revelation is unfolding even as you read these words. The atmosphere around you has been changing quietly, but now it begins to hum louder. You are entering the stage of confirmation, the moment where what was unseen starts taking physical shape. Heaven is drawing your attention so you won't mistake the signs for coincidence. The person whose name begins with the letter M is standing on the edge of a decision. They have reached the point where silence no longer protects them, it imprisons them. The same inner voice that once said, "Wait, it's too risky," now whispers, "Speak, it's time." Each passing hour tightens the pull between you. Their thoughts keep circling back, landing on memories that refuse to fade. They may not admit it, but they feel your presence even when miles apart. You, beloved, are not imagining this tension. When your heart races suddenly, when a familiar warmth slides through you, when a song stirs tears, you cannot explain, that is your spirit tuning into theirs. Two frequencies once separated are finding the same note again. Heaven calls this alignment. Don't rush. Let the energy finish arranging itself. Many make the mistake of forcing what's already moving. But divine orchestration needs stillness, not interference. The story between you and M is sacred because it was written in patience. The more you chase, the more it hides. The more you trust, the faster it unfolds. If you are hearing these words and something inside you whispers, "This is about me," type Amen in the comments below. Not as a habit but as an act of agreement. Amen means so be it. It is the seal that tells heaven you heard and accepted the message. Now listen carefully. The letter M is more than a person, it is a mirror. They are reflecting lessons that you once avoided in yourself: forgiveness, courage, vulnerability. This connection has never been just emotional, it has been spiritual training disguised as affection. Every ache, every weight, every unfinished moment was teaching you how to love without losing yourself. Heaven saw you at the edge of giving up and still choosing faith. It watched you resist bitterness when silence stretched too long. Every tear you wiped alone became a seed of understanding, and those seeds are about to bloom. That is why this message found you. You are ready to receive without clinging, to listen without fear, to love without losing peace. Do not skip. This next part is vital. The universe often whispers before it speaks loudly. In the coming days you'll notice gentle cues, numbers that repeat, objects that fall, times that align exactly at 222 or 333. Sudden deja vu when thinking of M. These are not decorations. They're coordinates. They guide you toward the meeting point of fate. When you see them, breathe and say softly, I'm listening. That acknowledgement strengthens the link. Meanwhile, M is fighting a private battle between pride and surrender. Pride says they'll move on, let them. Surrender says reach out before it's too late. Every night that battle repeats, and heaven is slowly tipping the balance toward truth. They will break the silence soon, not because of guilt but because of realization. My beloved child, remember, the goal is not to win them. The goal is to witness divine timing. If this connection returns, it will return healed. If it fades, it will leave peace instead of pain. Either outcome is victory because both mean completion. While you wait, keep your heart clean. Speak forgiveness aloud even if they never apologized. Forgiveness is not endorsement, it's release. It cuts the cords that tie you to yesterday's energy. When you release resentment, you make room for blessing. That's why heaven keeps whispering, don't hate, elevate. And beloved, if these words feel alive to you, if they vibrate through your chest as you read, then you are part of a chosen circle of receivers. You are not stumbling onto random videos, you are being guided to messages meant only for you. To stay aligned, subscribe now so that each new message finds you without delay. When you do, you're telling heaven, keep me close to instruction. The energy of gratitude amplifies prophecy. After you type Amen and subscribe, close your eyes for 10 seconds and say, I'm ready to see truth with peace. Feel that settle inside your chest. That phrase becomes a frequency that keeps confusion away. Now back to M. Their world is rearranging faster than they realize. People around them are exiting suddenly, conversations are redirecting them toward you. The lessons they refuse to learn in silence are now echoing through circumstance. When they finally reach out, their words will carry weight, not flattery but truth. You will sense it instantly. The tone, the calm, the surrender, it will feel different from anything before. Do not meet it with ego, meet it with discernment. Ask yourself, does this bring peace or tension? Heaven speaks through peace. When the energy feels still and sure, that's your confirmation. Something else you must know: while M has been awakening, you have been healing. The balance is important. Had they returned earlier, the old patterns would have repeated. You needed distance to remember your worth. They needed silence to find theirs. Only now can the conversation carry maturity instead of confusion. Don't underestimate the power of patience. Destiny rarely arrives when the heart is frantic. It arrives when breath slows, when acceptance replaces anxiety. That's where you are standing right now, in the still point where miracles gather. So, stay with me until the very end of this word. Every sentence carries an assignment. Heaven uses repetition to rewire your faith. As you read, your energy shifts from longing to readiness. You are not waiting anymore, you are preparing. Repeat after me quietly: I release the past. I receive what's real, I trust divine timing. Feel how those words settle in your body. That is how alignment sounds when spoken through your own mouth. My beloved, you are not chasing confirmation, you are becoming confirmation. When M sees you next, they will sense that calm, that glow, that certainty. It will disarm them. The very peace you've cultivated will do the talking. Heaven delights in that kind of transformation, when love becomes lesson, when pain becomes prophecy. That's what this connection has been about all along. Stay near this channel, beloved. More revelations are coming specifically for you. When new messages appear, they're not random uploads, they're continuations of your story. Subscribe, stay close, and keep your heart soft. Don't scroll yet. The next part will uncover what happens when destiny finally breaks the silence, the signs, the sequence, and the sacred reason why your path and M's cannot remain apart forever. Stay right here. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not move. The moment you chose to stay, a stillness opened around you, the kind that only appears before divine movement. Heaven does not rush, it arranges. What you are feeling now is the air between endings and beginnings. The connection tied to the letter M has reached its point of truth. Everything that was hidden is pressing toward light. For weeks, the energy between you has felt unsettled, as if the universe itself were holding its breath. That tension was not punishment. It was pressure before release. You are about to witness how silence breaks when timing matures. M has been walking through a private storm. They have tried to drown out the pull with noise, distractions, and reason, but truth keeps rising like a tide. Every time they think it's gone, something small drags them back, a scent, a lyric, a memory that glows too vividly to forget. Heaven let this repetition continue until they finally understood. Running only circles them back to the same lesson. You were never meant to be chased or controlled, you were meant to be understood. Their awakening begins the moment they stop defending their fear and start defending their heart. That moment is near. In the unseen realm, chords of destiny tighten when understanding ripens. Lately, you may have felt waves of emotion without cause, sudden warmth followed by quiet peace. Those are not mood swings, they're signals of alignment. Spirit recognizes before eyes do. You are being prepared to stand calm when the message arrives. Because a message is coming. Not a grand confession shouted from rooftops, but something small enough to slip past your defenses, a short text, a casual greeting, and, "I've been thinking about you." Yet beneath those few words lives a flood of unspoken stories. M will not even realize how much is carried inside that small gesture until they press send. When it reaches you, pause. Breathe. Don't analyze the words, feel the tone. The energy behind their message will tell you more than language can. You will feel the difference, no performance, no pretending. Just quiet truth traveling straight from spirit to spirit. Remember this, the purpose of reunion is not nostalgia. It is revelation. What returns now has been sifted through time and tested by distance. M's absence was education. They learned what pride costs, what silence breaks, what genuine connection feels like when it's missing. Those lessons built humility in them and wisdom in you. Do not punish them for the delay. Divine timing is rarely polite to human schedules. If it had come sooner, both of you would have repeated the same mistakes: too much noise, not enough depth. Now there is stillness where reaction used to be. You can finally hear truth without defense. That is maturity, the soil where lasting peace grows. Heaven is guiding both of you toward a conversation that balances honesty with grace. When it happens, it may begin awkwardly. You might sense nerves, hesitation, pauses between sentences. Don't fill those pauses, let them breathe. Silence inside conversation is where healing enters. In that exchange you will notice 3 signs of divine confirmation. Calm replaces urgency. The meeting feels inevitable, not accidental. Old pain loses voice. You remember the hurt but cannot relive it. Words land softly. Even difficult truths sound like closure, not conflict. When these signs appear, you'll know the encounter is blessed. The universe never repeats without reason, it revisits to resolve. But understand, beloved, clarity doesn't always mean continuation. Sometimes truth comes to end confusion, not to restart story. M's return may open a door or it may close one gently. Either way, it fulfills prophecy. The reward is not possession but peace. If this connection continues, it will do so with new boundaries and mutual respect, not fantasy but purpose. If it concludes, it will release both of you into higher paths without bitterness. Both outcomes honor heaven because both complete the circle. Right now, angels move quietly through timing's corridors, aligning details neither of you control. Random coincidences will multiply. You'll notice patterns in numbers, fragments of songs that echo exact phrases you once said, dreams that feel too real. These are alignment codes, gentle confirmations that the orchestration is active. When you feel them, don't obsess. Simply acknowledge them. I see you, divine order. That awareness keeps your energy clean, unentangled by anxiety. There is also a lesson hidden inside the waiting. It teaches discernment, knowing the difference between yearning and intuition. Yearning cries, I need this to be happy. Intuition whispers, whether it stays or goes, I am safe. Heaven's goal was never to make you dependent, it was to make you aware. That awareness is what transforms longing into wisdom. You can love without attachment, hope without desperation, and remember without regret. That is what this process has been sculpting in you: emotional mastery through spiritual surrender. The universe rarely announces transitions, it simply shifts the scenery. One day you will wake and feel a strange calm, like something heavy finally lifted. That will be the moment the cycle completes. Whether M stands beside you or far away, you will sense peace threading through your chest like light returning to its source. That peace is the sign that destiny has finished one chapter and begun another. You will no longer chase meaning. Meaning will meet you wherever you are. And the next time you see the letter M on a billboard, a message, a random note, it will not sting. It will smile. It will whisper, lesson learned. My beloved child, you have walked through emotional fire and come out gold. The universe could not trust you with calm until you proved you could handle silence. Now that you have, heaven opens the next page. Do not seek control, seek clarity. Do not demand answers, invite understanding. What is yours by alignment cannot be taken, and what is not will quietly drift away. Both movements are mercy. So rest tonight, knowing that nothing real can be lost. The distance, the longing, the signs, all were instruments of awakening. You stand now at the edge of revelation, calm enough to see truth as blessing, not test. Stay here in this awareness a little longer. Feel your heart beat slow. The storm is ending. The lesson is complete. What comes next will not be confusion but confirmation, the gentle unfolding of destiny revealing its design. Don't move. Let the silence settle like dawn after rain. Something vast and holy has just finished its work inside you. Stay still, my beloved. Don't rush away from this silence. You've reached the place every message before this one was leading you to, the edge of understanding. What once felt like confusion is finally arranging itself into sense. The distance, the dreams, the restlessness, even the ache that refused to fade, all were signs pointing here. The person whose name begins with M has crossed the threshold of awakening. The struggle inside them has reached its end. They can no longer deny what their spirit already knows, that your presence was never coincidence. It was appointment. For nights they replayed memories until exhaustion blurred thought into prayer. They asked the sky for peace, for clarity, for forgiveness. And quietly heaven answered, not with lightning but with conviction. Their heart is turning toward truth. You may not hear from them this hour, but their steps are guided. They are being nudged into honesty, stripped of excuses, humbled by the weight of silence. Each sign they ignored is repeating louder now. Each dream they dismissed is returning clearer. The universe is relentless when it wants revelation to happen. Soon they will stand before you not as who they were, but as who they've become, softer, steadier, aware. Yet understand this: your story was never just about romance, it was about refinement. M was the mirror through which you learned to see yourself, your patience, your strength, your capacity to love, without losing identity. Through them heaven tested how you handle delay, how you choose peace over panic, how you listen instead of chase. Every unanswered moment built a skill you will need for the rest of your destiny. Forgive the silence. It was the classroom. Without it neither of you would have learned language beyond words. What you call waiting was the universe writing maturity into your heart. Now something shifts. The pressure you've felt begins to lighten. That's how you know the cycle is closing. When divine lessons complete, energy loosens. You start breathing easier. The nights feel shorter. The memories stop shouting and start whispering. It doesn't mean you've forgotten, it means healing has finished its work. Heaven wants you to receive this truth: completion is not loss. Whether M returns or remains a memory, you have already received what was promised: understanding, release, and peace. What is meant will find you again naturally without striving. What isn't will bless you as it leaves. Both are miracles in different shapes. If communication comes, and it will meet it from balance, not fear. Look into their eyes and listen beyond the surface. If peace rises in you, continue. If confusion stirs, step back. Discernment is your crown. You earned it through patience. You no longer chase closure. You recognize it. There is a moment coming, you will feel it like a soft wave moving through the room when all tension dissolves. It might be during conversation or alone while thinking of them. Suddenly everything will make sense. You will realize the story was never broken. It was being edited by heaven for clarity. That awareness will bring tears, but not of pain, of relief. You will whisper, "Now I understand." When that happens, smile. You have arrived. Because this connection was never about proving love, it was about proving faith. To love someone from the soul requires trust that transcends time. To release them with peace requires wisdom that few ever learn. You have learned both. Heaven calls that mastery. Look around you. The energy that once felt tight has opened. Opportunities begin to appear in other areas: career, friendships, creativity. That's how divine order confirms completion when life starts flowing again. The same discipline you learned in waiting now turns into magnetism. You attract differently because you carry peace instead of longing. M will sense it. Even before words are exchanged, they'll feel the difference. The calm in you will speak louder than any message. Some part of them will realize that the version of you they left no longer exists. You have evolved. And that evolution is what pulls them, not need but light. If they step forward with honesty, receive the moment gracefully. If they step back, release it gracefully. Either way, destiny is served. You are not losing. You are aligning. The story was never about control, it was about completion. Beloved, breathe now. The air feels lighter because the weight is gone. The lesson has delivered what it promised. You are free from confusion, free from obsession, free from waiting. You stand in the clear space where heaven plants new beginnings. This is your confirmation: everything that was meant to reach you has found its way. Every unanswered prayer has turned into understanding. Every delay has refined your timing. You are no longer bound to the past frequency of longing. You vibrate in peace. That is the highest sign of divine work, when the heart beats quietly even in uncertainty. The next chapter will unfold naturally. You will meet people who reflect your growth, not your wounds. You will attract connections born from clarity, not loneliness. You will look back at this entire season and realize it wasn't about waiting for them, it was about waiting for yourself to awaken. Was simply the mirror heaven used to introduce you to your depth. And now that you have seen it, the universe can move you into purpose beyond this chapter. The story continues, but in higher language. No more confusion. Only recognition. So as you close your eyes tonight, whisper softly, I release all that kept me bound and I welcome peace to stay. Let those words travel into the invisible. They are your final key. With them the cycle ends, not in loss but in illumination. Remember, real connections don't fade, they transform. If is meant to stand beside you, they will appear at the moment peace feels like home. If not, their role has already served its sacred purpose to awaken you to the kind of love that begins within. Now rest. The universe has taken note of your endurance. Heaven has balanced the scales. What comes next will not test you, it will bless you. The waiting season is over. The revelation has been delivered. Be still, beloved child. Everything has found its rightful place. The chapter of uncertainty closes here and a new vibration begins, one written not in longing but in light. Something huge was waiting for you. Now it has arrived, peace.